Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Just gonna check the audio here for sure on this one. It's been a while since I've done any sort of PC gaming, so let me just make sure everything's running smoothly here. Alright, it should be good. It is a little weird though, because I have to put this in front of my OBS in order for me to use my controller properly, blah blah blah. But I can kind of see some chats here already, so let's take a look here. On YouTube we got Insane Creeper. Yo, I finally made it into a stream. Welcome in, welcome in. How's it going? I tried to plat Dark Souls 3, and all need now is one miracle. Yeah, I still have to play Dark Souls 3. I was doing Elden Ring. I guess for those who have watched the past couple of streams, I'm not having a good time at the Elden Beast boss fight. But I guess that kind of leads into this, you know? I figured, hey, I've played the ROM hacks quite a few months ago. You know, I've been playing a lot of fantasy, like Souls-like games, and I figured, why not go back to where it all started, you know? For me as a kid, this was a huge part of my childhood, dude. This was the game that I played. Like, I can't count how many times I played and beaten this game as a kid, but I really feel like my interest in, like, Souls-likes and stuff like that, like the Dark Souls series and stuff, all really originated with a game like this game. Anything to do with fantasy, anything to do with exploration, all of that. Did I just run over a bush in the intro and collected rupees? That's weird. I've never seen that before. But yeah, no, anything like, I don't know. This game is the reason why I am interested in the games that I'm interested in now. Let's get started though. Oh, it's a little laggy. Still kinda laggy, but not as laggy if I put away OBS, if I minimize it. Let me see how well this goes here. Oh. But no, I don't know. I figured now would be a good time to have kind of a more chill game. And I have not played the original version of Ocarina of Time in a very, very long time. It's been years. Probably over 15 years since I've actually played this and sat down and played it. I think the last time I played the original, if you can count that, is the 3DS when that first came out. You got stuck on Pontiff Sullivan in Dark Souls 3, right? I didn't even get to Pontiff Sullivan in Dark Souls 3. At least I don't think so. I got to the dungeon where you there's like these almost mage-like creatures in this like cell type of area. It's like a prison almost, and they you get hit with like this magic spray stuff that they do, and it permanently decreases your health, like your health bar all the way down to like pretty much one shot. Or at least half health for like a minute. Speaking of versions, the original versions of Legend of Zelda, this is also the original. I went out of my way to make sure that this is the correct one. But I played on a 1.0 cartridge as a kid, which one is kind of what you need in order to play ROM hacks, but two, there are some differences between the 1.0 version, and I think it's the next one is 1.2 or something. I don't know. But, I've never played a Zelda game. Holy cow, man. You've got to play a Zelda game. At least play these ones. I feel like this is where, you know, before Dark Souls, before like all these really great fantasy games, this is where it all began. In my opinion, somewhat. I guess they also kind of they take liberties from everything, you know, Metroidvanias and this, like the original Zelda games. I feel like Dark Souls is a culmination of those two amazing genres. I really don't like this fucking cutscene though. I've seen it way too many times, and I wish I could skip it, but that's okay. It's not that long. It's just a little bit of a nuisance. Damn, man. Let me minimize OBS quick. I'm not closing out of OBS. If I do that, it's done for. The stream will end immediately, but it also just could be the type of ROM I have. I really hope... It wasn't doing this before. It was not doing this before when I was testing this out. Oh, now we're back to normal frames. That's, I don't know, maybe that cutscene is just kind of strange. But yeah, I wanted to get to 1.0 version for sure because... I mean, now that I'm playing this, I might regret it, possibly, because this ROM might be kind of faulty, but... I would say... I prefer the 1.0 version for a couple different reasons. There's a lot of little small changes that they made in both of the versions, but my biggest one is the Fire Temple dungeon. Completely different atmosphere in this version versus the other versions, and I much prefer this version. I mean, it makes sense why they changed it, but like all the kind of like chanting and I don't know, the vibes of the Fire Dungeon is completely different without all the chanting and stuff that they have in this version. I understand why they took it out though, but regardless. Oh, you're at Irithiel Dungeon. That sounds familiar. I believe that's it. Yeah, I don't remember my ROM hacks lagging like this. Maybe they were though. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've done, how long has it been since I've played any of these games on PC? Or at least ROM hacks? Probably like over 10 months, at least. Okay, now it's fine. Maybe it's just some of the cutscenes are a little weird in here. Also, usually I would just have my name as AAA or you know, my regular name, but you know, for OG Zelda games, after a while I started just putting Link, because just gotta keep it as Link. I don't really know if I should be reading these things out loud, but I'm not gonna do that unless people really want me to. I'm not gonna read the text boxes out loud. I'm just hoping there's not too many graphical errors in the in this ROM. Dude, what is going on, man? I'm not even gonna waste my time talking to her. I think it might be because I'm using OBS. I mean, OBS was open before when I was testing this out, but the frames were not like this. I wonder if I switch the resolution. I would not prefer to do that, but I feel like it has something to do with the resolution, so I'm gonna try to get into a laggy area. Yeah, let's try graphics settings. Okay. Windowed resolution. I'll put that down a bit. Let's try that. Oh. Oh yeah, that that solved the issue immediately. But now I'm gonna have to go back into OBS and stretch this out here. Oh, okay. Little technical difficulties here. Oh man. Unless I break the link that keeps this well formed here. But then I would really actually have to stretch it. I don't know if I... yeah, nah. Might just be better if I just do this. Oh yeah, there we go. Got the black bars on the sides. That's like authentic and shit, right? From the Nintendo 64. Alright, that'll have to do. You either fight a giant or Pontiff Sullivan. So at the end of that dungeon is where you fight those things. I don't know, I do know that when I start Dark Souls 3, which is right around the corner, I'm gonna do that pretty soon here. I'm just gonna start a new file. Because I have not streamed Dark Souls 3. Sorry, I'm just kinda testing out the, Okay, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, I guess I can play like this, but I do really prefer playing in like a full screen mode. But, I guess this will have to do. Because that lag was quite annoying. Alright, anyways, hopefully I can remember how to play this game. Yeah. I think to start off, you just gotta run around collecting little rupees. You can collect them in the bushes here. Hop over this and get a rupee. Now there's a rupee up here. Essentially what we're doing right now is grabbing a sword and shield to enter that area, which is protected by this little asshole that will not let us through. Until we have a sword and shield. We get the sword really easily. The shield is... well, I guess they're both pretty easy, but... the other thing too, I'm kind of wondering if maybe... I know there's been a lot of patches to like increase frame rates, increase the graphics on this game, texture packs. I know there's Ship of Harkinian. I've heard about that a lot. That is a very popular thing people are using for Ocarina of Time. But here's my idea, right? I want the most authentic experience, even if the authentic experience is a little inferior to what is out there these days. But I think I definitely will eventually try some of these things out, some of these improvements. Alright, well, here's the sword. You know, one thing I'm gonna notice after playing some of these ROM hacks, they've got a lot of quality of life improvements. Like, I know one of those ROM hacks I was playing, you could skip every cutscene where Link opens up a chest. Which is cool the first couple times, but when after your like 50th chest, it's like, okay, just open the chest, bro. I don't need a 5-second cutscene. Also, the fact that since this is the original Ocarina of Time, no ROM hack, no nothing, we are restricted to only 3 C buttons, which is fine because that's how I grew up playing the game, but after trying some of these ROM hacks, it is really nice to have like 6 C buttons. Alright, so there's our sword for now. Shield will be in here. Oh yeah, Z targeting. This was so cool at the time. Sorry, I'm gonna check the chats here. I gotta use my phone. Let's see. Also, sorry if you guys can hear the thunder in the background being picked up. There's a rupee back here. Whoa. Okay. Alright. Quite strange. This is also an issue with emulation on Resident Evil 2. It seems like any Nintendo 64 game that used 2D backgrounds, which Zelda Ocarina of Time does use sometimes, as you can see. The environment compared to the actual picture is way off. But the original game was not like this, so like I'm just phasing through, like what is this? I'm phasing through his stand right now. Normally you'd walk right back there. I don't know, something's a little off here. Oh yeah, look at this. The stump that's right here, its collision is right here. Where it should be, that stump should be right here. Okay, anyways, I'm nitpicking. Not that big of a deal. I can help you in Dark Souls 3. That would be pretty cool. Ah, oh, shit. I don't have enough rupees. Alright, we will back out of here and collect just a few more. I would definitely be down. I feel like coming from Elden Ring, though, I don't know if I'll need much help. Actually, I might regret saying that. I've been playing a lot of Night Rain and Elden Ring, late game Elden Ring. Both of those games feel like they're immensely more difficult than any of the Dark Souls games. Which is fine by me, because I am not having a great time with those games at the very moment. Nope, there's nothing else I'd like to buy, so... Go into the pause menu, equip the shield. If you need help fighting a boss or beating a boss, I can help if you want me to. Yeah, I'd be down. I'd be down for that. I know the covenants and the multiplayer from the Dark Souls series are so much more, like, vast compared to Elden Ring, which I really wish they would have kept that. Dark Souls 3 is actually pretty easy. You can beat all bosses under 3 tries. Yeah, that was one thing I noticed with Dark Souls 3 up to the point that I got. It wasn't really that difficult. I mean, it was, you know, it's a little difficult, but coming from Elden Ring and Sekiro, like, I worked my way backwards. Oh my god, I got hit by these guys. I kind of worked my way backwards through the series, and you can definitely tell that they've increased the difficulty on the newer games compared to the older ones. That's fine, you know, sometimes the difficulty is a little too ridiculous. It's actually kind of refreshing to play a Souls game that isn't making me want to rip my hair out. I have heard a lot about this Pontiff Sullivan guy, though. And Nameless King. Which is super cool to see Nameless King in Night Rain. That was a fun fight. Yep, we're gonna... 'Gonna... 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 ' I'm trying to remember some of the things about this game. There's a lot of little hidden secrets. For example, I know the crouch stab will actually... The crouch stab takes the damage output from your last attack. So if you do a jump attack, and I think if you crouch stab, you are not only in a really good position to defend yourself, but you're also attacking as if you were jump attacking when you do this. But yeah, there's a lot of little tiny things in this game. I'm just kind of wondering if I should, you know, eventually I would like to play the 3DS version, but I'm not too good at figuring out how to emulate that. But I think emulation's kind of come a long way since the last time I tried that. Damn, that thunder's getting loud. Pontiff Sullivan alone will take like 10 tries. He took me like 5 tries. I beat Dark Souls 3 at level 60, very under level. Wow, that thunder's going crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Very under level to prove it's very easy. I beat Nameless King Hitless run in 8 tries. It's very easy and fun. Yeah, that's the thing I really did enjoy about Dark Souls 3. Is it didn't try to do what Elden Ring did, especially in Elden Ring's like late game, where it's like, I'm not saying Elden Ring is unfair. For the most part, that game is pretty fair, but they do try to do a lot of insane tactics to trip you up and get you killed. Whereas the older... Oh my god, shut up, Navi. The older games don't really do that as much. I mean, they have it here and there. But it's a much more, in my opinion, enjoyable experience. Elden Ring is a bit more, like, redefined of, you know, pre-existing tropes in the genre. Oh my god, shut up, you fucking fairy. I don't need to know how to open a door. Alright. Spit your nut at me. Alright, I'm gonna save that little platform. A lot of people just jump over it and break it. I like saving the platform though, because then I don't have to shoot the ladder down. But in case anybody is using this as some sort of walkthrough, holy cow. That thunder is, it's getting close. At least it's nice I don't have to have my AC on now, because the weather's starting to get cooled down a little bit. But yeah, if you are using this as a walkthrough, I mean, this is a pretty obvious thing, but ladder's right there, you equip your slingshot and shoot it. On the odd chance that you run out of ammunition trying to shoot that thing, you can always just save and quit. I remember as a kid I ran out of ammunition trying to shoot that, and I was like, dude, how do I get out of here? I'm stuck forever. I recognize most of these soundtracks because of memes. Oh yeah. I think the most notable one has got to be the Lost Woods theme song, which I'll show that off in just a sec here after we beat this boss. Such a banger. Now this game definitely has a lot of memes associated with it. I don't know, there's just... I could go on forever about this game. Seeing it now, though, like, comparing this to, like, modern-day games, it's just insane how far gaming has come since then. Because when I played this as a kid, this was the shit. This was, you know, oh my god, it looks like everything's 3D, it's, like, realistic. You know, like, this was just, actually, I don't need to fight you right now. I don't know, this was the shit back in the day. I still really I really enjoy these games, even without the, graphical improvements or anything. But, I'm sure most people that are playing this for the first time will probably say this looks like shit now. But, I don't know. At the time, this was all really, really cool. Have you played Undertale? I have. That is another game I'd really like to stream. Undertale is pretty cool. For the longest time, I kind of avoided the game, though, because I was, I don't know, the fan base, not all of it, but I thought Undertale would be kind of a weird game. But it's not weird, it's actually pretty... I think Undertale just feels like a wholesome game to play. It's also, kind of a difficult game too, so it's got some challenge. And I like the replayability factor. There's like so many different... Like, you don't just beat that game once and don't play it again, otherwise you're missing out on a lot of content. Alright. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna save state in case I miss this jump. Save state. There we go. Hopefully I don't miss. There we go. Made it. Too easy for a pro gamer like myself. One thing I will say for new players, I mean, this is pretty common sense stuff, but one of the reasons I'm always pulling out my sword after lighting the stick is you will waste a stick that is on fire. It will eventually burn out, so it's always kind of nice to you know, pull out your sword before it burns out, because then you'll keep the stick that you lit on fire. It was my first try as well. I beat all the Undertale bosses, genocide, no death. I definitely did not beat a lot of the bosses my first try. Well, I guess a good chunk of them I did, but there were some that were pretty nuts. I did the one where... I think that's what I was actually trying to do. I think I got stuck at, I don't remember her name, but there's like a knight that's like kind of like looks like a fish. And if you're doing like your first playthrough, no genocide run or whatever it's called, the fight isn't too hard. But if you're going out of your way to do where you're killing everything in every level, her fight is much more difficult, and I remember I kind of 231. 23 is number 1. Yeah, I will never forget that code. 23 is number 1. But yeah, her second, like, that boss fight, when you replay it, and you're going for, like, destroying everything in the world, felt like her boss fight was amped up quite a bit. I guess I was getting close to beating it, but I just got sick of trying to do it over and over again, so I just stopped, but... I know that I eventually probably would have gotten to, I wish I could skip this bullshit you're talking about, Navi. I know how to dive. I will cut the game some slack, though. This was like... When this first came out, this was a very new experience, so they wanted to make sure everybody knew how the game worked. But no, yeah, the skeleton guy, I'm sure I would have had a lot of problems with him if I would have gotten to him. Crazy how much of this is common sense now. Like, all of this is like, well, duh, that's, of course I would open a door like that. Of course I would push a block. Of course I'd step over this button. At the time, though, this was, I mean, I guess it still kind of was obvious at the time, but, like, I really think they were trying to drive the point home for people who were new to these games. I mean, this was all kind of new at the time. This game reminds me of Luigi's Mansion. I've never heard that comparison. What makes it Luigi's Mansion to you? What gives off that vibe? Luigi's Mansion would be another fun one to play for stream. Oh shit. Yep, I messed this up. I'm a terrible gamer. I can't finish the puzzles properly. Nice. Thought I would have made it in time. That Undertale run was my 6th playthrough. That fish is Undyne. Yeah, that's what it was. That was the name. What are you talking about? The aiming on this was kind of jank. I do really like how a lot of ROM hacks try to improve on the aiming. You know, that's an area I've never really gone to. I will have to check out that area. I wonder if it's like a piece of heart back there or something. That's very clearly a wall that I cannot do anything with right now. But eventually, once later on in the game I get bombs, hopefully I remember to come back here. I don't think there's ever been a time I've remembered, though. Alright, we are pretty much at the boss fight. Oh. Almost. Just gotta burn this web. When you burned that spider web, it reminded me of Luigi's Mansion 3. Yeah, I don't know if I really played a lot of Luigi's Mansion 3. I think at a friend's house or something once. But, I know I played... Because wasn't there 2 versions of 2? Wasn't there a Dark Moon Luigi's Mansion and a Luigi's Mansion 2 or something? I don't really remember. All I know is I really like the GameCube, the first Luigi's Mansion. Alright, so this is the puzzle. 23 is number 1, 2, right? And then you got 3. And then we got 1. Pretty simple puzzle. Speaking of Souls games, though, I've also noticed another ROM hack that I would like to try. I was just talking about there was this one I saw that's a Bloodborne version of Ocarina of Time, like a Bloodborne ROM hack. But I saw another one that's called Demon Quest, and it seems to follow a very similar formula of Dark Souls, or like any Souls game. Link actually has stamina, and he can level up like his health, his strength, his vigor, and all that. That seems like an interesting concept as well. They also kind of amplified the boss animations and how hard some of the bosses hit, so that seems interesting to try out. I would like to try that once I beat this, which I don't think it's going to take me long to beat Ocarina of Time, because, yeah, Ocarina of Time isn't that long of a game. I think it's definitely you can beat this under 20 hours. I mean, speedrunners could beat this game, like, immediately, right here. I know that was a huge thing a couple of years ago. Once you got to this area of the game, you could essentially beat it using glitches. Anyways, just look at the spider. Ooh, we gotta follow. Can't see who it's by. Hold on. Shoot, I missed it. In the middle of a boss fight, I'm trying to figure out who followed. Let me back it up a bit here. Anne something? Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. That's definitely a cheesy way to beat the boss. But as you saw there, if you jump attack and you crouch stab, I essentially just did like really fast jump attacks. This boss is usually kind of like a 3-stage fight where you hit it a couple times, it runs away, hit it a couple more times, runs away. But I don't know, cheesy little way. I want to say the last time I think I played the original Nintendo 64 version of this game, I was probably like 10 years old, and what glitch did I do? I don't know. I did something with the fishing pole glitch where you replace your Master Sword with a fishing pole, and but I kind of did the glitch improperly because I think there's a much more... There's a specific way you do it, and I found it out on accident, and then I did not have a Master Sword. I had a fucking fishing pole as in my B slot. Anytime I would pull it out, it would freeze up my game. Also, too many puzzles. Duskblood. It's a Switch 2 exclusive. Duskblood. I won't be playing Duskblood unless it comes out on something else. I'm not going to be getting a Switch 2. But I feel like Duskbloods is kind of like Nintendo's way of getting a... You know, like we got Night Rain, so I feel like Nintendo wanted something similar, so they went with Duskbloods. Hopefully it gets released on other consoles eventually, but I don't know. It was kind of a bummer because I thought it was like, you know, a spiritual successor to Bloodborne. And it kind of is, but from what I'm understanding, it's more of a multiplayer-focused game. Bro, how is this a spider? Yeah, they've got some interesting designs for some of the creatures in this game. I've got to say, though, one thing I remember from my childhood is this whole area. I mean, after this, it should be done for a while. It won't be too annoying, but these cutscenes were cool at first, but, you know, the 50th time I played this game, I was getting annoyed of these starter cutscenes. They felt like they took way longer than the other cutscenes in the game. No, Nintendo will do it their way. Duskbloods will only be in Switch 2. I know it's definitely a Switch 2 exclusive for right now, but I'm hoping they didn't do like a... You know how Sony has Bloodborne? I'm hoping that eventually it's like a timed exclusive, but... Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, unfortunately. Which is another thing, like, Sony is a great example as why I don't like FromSoft games being exclusives. I mean, I have a PlayStation, and I've got an Xbox, so I'm not too worried about exclusives, but there's a lot of people that only have one console, and I don't know, Sony is really dropping the ball on Bloodborne lately. Like, my assumption is that when the PlayStation 6 inevitably comes out, they're gonna do the same thing they did with the PS5, where they, you know, they do a remake of a FromSoft exclusive that they have. Like, they remade Demon Souls to kind of help with sales on PS5. I feel like they're gonna do the same thing with Bloodborne on the PS6. But I don't know. They I don't really think it's that big of a deal though, like, because for me on PS5 I could still play the PS4 version of Bloodborne, although I'm sure it's like not as good as it could be if it was a PS5 game or if it was a remake, but whatever. Anyways, this tree's gonna die. Sony said no to Miyazaki making a Bloodborne 2. See, that's so dumb. I don't know. I guess that's another reason why I like playing games like this. It reminds me of a time where, while it was still about making money, there's more passion in video games. And, you know, I think developers had a lot more creative freedoms with the games. Now they're kind of, you know, they're really restricted. And you could definitely tell on some games that come out lately where, you know, if the developers were allowed to have more freedom with what they were doing, the games could have been much more successful. We need a Red Dead Redemption 1 remake. That would be fire. Alright, this little asshole's gonna blame us for the death of the tree. Yeah, waddle on out of here. Alright. Now with that, I do kind of want to show this off really quick. We won't really need to go here just yet. But, I mean, you always can. And that is the Lost Woods. This is a very cool song. I feel like anybody who... Honestly, I don't even think you've had to play a Zelda game to know this song. It's just such a banger. Where's that meme? Where's that meme of that guy dancing? You guys know what I'm talking about? He's dancing to this song. With those very animated dances. Oh yeah, we've got Skull Kid over here. Hello. I don't have an ocarina to talk to you, or play for you right now. Yeah, he wants me to play an ocarina, which I don't have. Pretty cool. That Skull Kid is, I mean... such a simple, minor character in this game that is such a huge character in the sequel to this game, which is Majora's Mask. But also another cool thing is the version that I'm playing on, I think there's a difference in the next version, so like 1.2. And also, of course, any version of Majora's Mask is like this, but the Skull Kid's face is like dark. Let's see if I can get him to respawn here. There he is. As you can see, it's like dark. Right? Now, in other versions of this game, and in Majora's Mask, his face is made out of wood. I think one of the main reasons people were, or Nintendo were thinking about changing it was they didn't want to have any sort of racial implications, I think it was. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's why they changed it. So then they just switched it to a wood face. That tree was a fucking legend. He was. Rest in peace, Deku Tree. I knew you for all of 5 minutes. I guess Link knew him more, but... Yeah, we'll be friends forever. Give me your shitty potato ocarina, please. Thank you. I will take such good care of it that once I get the blue replacement, I'm gonna throw this thing into the trash. Alright, we've got our first ocarina of the game. I always liked how the picture icon shows it being kind of more of a tan or brown with green on it, whereas the in-game model of it is more of like a pink color. Also, I think it's because of this game too, I was so interested in flutes. I think even to this day, if I go through and look at some of my boxes, I know I've collected some ocarinas throughout my years. I can kind of play some of them, but I'm no ocarina pro. I remember the first time on one of my birthdays I got an ocarina, and I was so hyped for it. I'm like, dude, this is awesome! This is awesome! And I got one of the more simple ocarinas, kind of like a 4-hold ocarina, I think it is. But I think they make 16-hole ocarinas. Those are crazy. Oh yeah, we've got the owl here. Shit, I did it. Okay. Yes, I got all of that. Hopefully I can get to castle before the gate closes. Actually, let me see if I can get a rupee here. I remember when I first did this as a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Ah, damn it. Forgot it's nighttime. Should have went in here before, instead of dicking around with the rupees. Alright, so time does not pass in the town, but it does pass out here, so... Oh my god, this fucking owl. No, I don't want to hear what you said again. I guess in the meantime, while we wait for the sun to rise, we can go and find her dad, who is blocking my path. What do you want? What do you gotta say, Navi? Yep, that's where we're going. Alright, I'm just gonna get caught so I don't have to run all the way back. I will say playing this on an Xbox One controller feels very weird. Alright, give me the egg. Yeah, weird egg. I think it's weirder how the fuck were you incubating this egg? Alright, anyways. When do you think you're gonna start Dark Souls 3? Pretty soon, honestly. I feel like I'm gonna beat Ocarina of Time quick here. That probably won't take too long. Maybe like 3 streams, maybe 4. And then I will probably do like a little ROM hack alongside of Dark Souls 3. So I'll do like Dark Souls 3 with a Ocarina of Time ROM hack every other stream type of thing. I still do need to go back and play Blasphemous though, and Resident Evil 4. I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked with a lot of the games, but I've said it plenty of times already. There's just a lot of games to play, and I don't know. I'm really trying my hardest to use most of my free time playing these games so I can stream all the games that I wanted to play, but yeah, there's quite a bit. But I would say Dark Souls 3 is probably maybe within the next week or so. Alright, I'm gonna equip the egg and I just wait here and wait for the next morning to come. But yeah, I would say pretty damn soon I'm gonna play Dark Souls 3. I know I really want to I wanted to start it right after Dark Souls 1. Because I kind of played it backwards, but I wanted to play Dark Souls 2 first because I was not, like, I didn't know anything about it. But, I played Dark Souls 2, then I went to Dark Souls 1. And I wanted to play Dark Souls 3 right off the bat, but I was just, I don't know, like, I think you would know what I'm talking about when I say Dark Souls 3 is a pretty nihilistic game. Especially coming from Dark Souls 1. Because Dark Souls 1, well, it is kind of, I mean, dark, obviously. It's kind of got some hope in it. And then Dark Souls 3 is basically seeing everything that you did in Dark Souls 1 was for nothing. And the cycle will continue, and eventually the cycle will run out. And, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of why I started Elden Ring first, because Elden Ring is a little bit more lighter fantasy to me. But, I mean, we're at the end of Elden Ring. I just need to beat the Elden Beast, and then, I don't know, I might actually hold off on it, because that Elden Beast fight, that fight just pisses me off so much. And I do really want to start Dark Souls 3. You can beat Dark Souls 3 in 2 streams if I help you, but don't rush into it. Yeah, I don't want to rush the game at all. I want to savor it. Because, kind of similar to Dark Souls 1, except I think I was closer to beating the game in Dark Souls 1, where, my first playthrough of Dark Souls 3, I'm like, maybe halfway through the game, so there is still a good chunk of it that I'm not sure about, like, I don't have any knowledge of. But anyways, once the chicken hatches, hand it over to this guy. Also, I don't know why, but this scene, like, one of my... You know, as a kid, when you think back on some of the memories in your life, this scene of him running away from the chicken, or running away from us, is something that's ingrained in my brain. For whatever reason. Alright. And we got this door over here that we can never open. Can you stream at this time Dark Souls 3? Because I always miss your streams. I might, because I did want to do 2 streams today. I might start Dark Souls 3 actually today, after I'm done streaming Ocarina of Time here for a little bit. I probably will. Because I wanted to be like... Dude, why is everybody calling me? Swear to God, the only time I get the most... the times that I get the most phone calls are when I'm streaming. Do you have a Mimic tier? Yes, I do have the Mimic tier. It doesn't really help me though in the last boss fight. It's kinda... I mean, I guess it kind of helps a little bit, but it really gives them more health than I want, so... Radagon is not that big of a problem for me. Just gotta sneak past these guards here. Alright, there we go. After how many hours? In total? Or just for the stream character? The stream character is like 90 hours, I think, which is crazy to me that I spent 90 hours in that, but... Mimic Tear doesn't increase the boss health. Oh, I guess I meant to, I kind of messed that up. I was trying to say that it removes my health. It's like I kind of have to waste a heal on using the Mimic Tear, but I don't know. Right now it's 2 for me. What time is it for you? You're saying like 2 in the morning? It is 5 p.m. for me right now. 5 in the afternoon. Do you have it? No. Why would I have it? That's odd. I thought you might be the one from my dream. Really don't have it? Tell me the truth. I don't have it, I swear. I'm not giving you my gem. It's mine. I found it fair and square by going into the organs of a tree. Greg. No. I'm telling everybody. Telling everybody your secret. She trying to rizz you up. When are you gonna stream the second stream? See, how long have I been streaming for right now? Damn, already been streaming an hour? Probably in like another hour I'd probably start the second stream. We'll stream this for another 30 minutes or 20, and then I'll start the Dark Souls stream. I don't want to look through the window. I think Zelda might be racist. I don't know. I mean, just a hunch. Okay, I did have to turn on my AC. It's getting a little hot in here. Warming up a bit. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick it up too much. I guess we'll see. Is it even... Oh, that's why. Hold on, I'm trying to see how annoying it is. I guess it's not too bad. Okay, I'll make sure I don't miss it. The evil eyes, man, looks like Shrek. I'm gonna tell her I don't believe her. I don't believe a word you're saying. You're talking crazy. Alright. So before we leave, I do want to get this here. You got little Mario paintings in the window. I think if you shoot at it, they throw a bomb at you. Let's get some money. Oh yeah. Maybe it's this window? Alright. That green man looks like Shrek. Princess Fiona, no. She moves her head sideways, she has a square head like Minecraft. Yeah, the animations are really strange in here. At the time they were crazy. But now they look kind of weird. Brave lad. Yeah, let's entrust our entire world into the hands of a kid with a wooden shield and a knife. Sounds like a great idea. How the fuck did you memorize that shit? That is a good point. You hear something once and all of a sudden you just memorize it. I can definitely say as a musician that does not work in real life. Unless you're like some insane pro. Which I don't think this 5-year-old kid is. Actually, I don't even know how old he is in this game. I'd rather memorize how many hairs I got on my ass to memorize that. Death Mountain Dew. Alright, yeah, we can give the letter to the guard, but before I do that, I do want to get the Sun Song. Which is pretty useful. For a couple different reasons. I guess in a way I've technically memorized these songs. I would hope so, playing this game 100 times over as a kid. Let me see if I can remember these songs. No, wait, that's Majora's Mask. Oh, there's definitely a couple different songs in this game. What's the character you play as named? I just named him Link. To keep it traditional. So it makes sense plot-wise. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but... I should have named him a funny, goofy name. Shitballs or something. Assface. That way every time somebody talks to me, they call me Assface. Alright. There we go. I do want to test something though. This is kind of something new I found out, but if you walk in front of these re-deads, they actually won't lock onto you, so I want to see if this is actually true. Maybe we don't jump up there, Mick. Oh my god, it works. Yeah. Oh, get off me! Oh my gosh. These things scared the shit out of me as a kid. That's cool though. I never knew that you could just walk. And that keeps them from attacking you. Alright, now we can go to... Actually, I'm gonna make it daytime. It's nice that I have the sun song, now I can do that. I'd really like to know what kind of mechanism that is, where he could just slam his staff down and the gate opens. Seems like futuristic shit right there. Proper shield. Alright. So of course now I'm gonna run back to Hyrule Castle. Or I guess the market. Me returning to my childhood game to settle some unfinished personal business off stream. Facts. The Redeads must pay for what they did to me as a kid. I don't know, this game wasn't really that creepy to me though. Majora's Mask on the other hand. That was something else. That game definitely stuck with me. Both of these games did, but Majora's Mask definitely had a lot more stress going on in that game. Get ourselves a Hylian shield here. That's the discount, huh? That's a pretty crazy discount. Speaking of Majora's Mask, let's talk to one of the more important NPCs in that game. I guess in here it doesn't matter at all. He's kind of just a side character. What's W? Oh, what's one horror game or 18 plus game you played as a kid? GTA and Silent Hill for me. I think I played a little bit more than just one, but as a kid, let's say a mature game I played was Fable. Which also, if you could guess, based off of the games I've been playing, and clearly this game, I really enjoyed Fable as a kid. A horror game that I played as a kid would probably be Resident Evil 2. That was one. Unfortunately, I never got to play a lot of Silent Hill games as a kid growing up. We weren't a Silent Hill household. But, I'm trying to think. I definitely played more. I don't care what Saria would have to say. Why am I getting an ad in a live stream? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. Normally it seems like ads are in the live stream more often than the videos when I re-upload them. But I've been noticing, I've been hearing from a lot of people, and myself, I've been noticing when I watch other people stream or YouTube videos, the ads have been fucking insane lately on YouTube's part. I have nothing to do with it. If it were up to me, I probably would just take them off. They don't do me any good. Because the way it is, I think you need to hit a certain threshold before you even get paid, and I've never hit that threshold, and I don't really care to, I don't know. I think ads are just so fucking intrusive and annoying, so I'm not too crazy about them. It's one thing when it's like once in a while, but when I'm watching a video in 5 minutes, within 5 minutes I've gotten 3 fucking ad breaks, it's ridiculous. I love Gorons. They're so goofy. Oh, I guess I'm talking to the rope. Imagine watching. Excuse me. Imagine watching a CPR tutorial video to save someone and you get an unskippable 20-second ad. That would be insane. Hold your breath for 20 seconds, honey. Knowing YouTube, they probably would do that too. I bet you could find a video right now that's got an ad for like a life-saving technique. 1 minute into the ad, you get 3 ad breaks. Oh shit, I do need to talk to Saria. What the fuck am I thinking? I need her song. Wait, do I need her song or did she... I do need to talk to her, damn it. Come on, I know there's a way to glitch through here. I'm trying to remember, where do you get the fucking bomb bracelet? Don't you get it from that guy? Ah. Gonna make me run all the way back to... Actually, no, I have an idea. I have a great idea. Why is it not asking me if I want to keep playing? This should work. If I remember right, I should spawn at my house as a kid. Yeah, okay, cool. Saves me time running through Hyrule Field. Nope, that is not what I did. Saria, where is she? I think she is in the Sacred Meadow thing. Did you play Uncharted? Based on your game taste, you might like it. Yeah, I've played Uncharted before. I've played 1 and 2, I believe, and I might have played I think I did play a little bit of 3. I think there's a 4th one too, though. I have not played that one. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is working properly. Okay, so when you need to find Saria, when you get to this point in the game, one of the ways you can tell where to go is the music. So, like, I don't know if you guys can hear that. The music's kind of fading out because this is not the direction I need to go. But if we go this way, the music comes back. Oh my god, this howl again. Yeah, it basically just tells me the same thing I told you guys. I did not need to hear that again. The fourth one is the best one? Really? I would have thought the older ones would be better. I'll have to try it. I'll have to stream that series one of these days. I do remember enjoying that. A pretty fun exploration type of game. Oh! I'm a failure. Hey, my excuse is I'm using an analog stick on the Xbox. I'm sure there are some USB-like controllers out there that emulate a Nintendo 64 controller, where it's more like C buttons instead of C stick. Alright. reset the game. What? Why is it not? Yeah. It's like Link doesn't turn around when I hold up on the stick when he first comes out. Another thing I learned about this game is if you stay on the third path here, these guys should never spawn out on you. They only come out when you're on the grass. Okay, let's test this theory out, see if they spawn. Also, what's pretty cool is if you keep fighting these things, they just keep getting bigger and bigger. Excuse me. I'm so close to Dark Souls 3 Platinum. You don't understand how hell it is. 3 playthroughs, 70 to 100 hours, 10 out of 10 difficulty. So you have to play through it again to Platinum it? I guess that does make sense, but still sounds kind of difficult. I don't know if I'll be Platinuming Dark Souls 3. Oh wait, no, I need to talk to him. I need to give him this mask. I need one more trophy, and it is a Master of Miracles. I need to kill an enemy until he drops me an item. 1% drop chance, and then I have to do it 30 amount. That's the last miracle I need. That's crazy. I do hate kind of the drop percentage on those games sometimes. If you're trying to go... Like, there's specific things that have such a low drop rate. Even if you use items to increase your drop rate. Valid reaction from Link here. Yeah, I'm wrong. It is a hot beat. It's pretty fire. Big boss. Metal Gear. Oh. Okay, I am noticing that if my headphones are messed with, it lags the game for some reason. It's kind of weird. Alright, then we can go up here and access the second dungeon. You got the max item discovery and it makes it 3 to 4%. That's crazy. I know I had to do the same for the Clean Rot armor set in Elden Ring. Mick, what are you doing? You can't be jumping on the TV. Oh, thank you, Mick. Thank you. Alright, now let's see if I can, Oh my god, I made it. Awesome. Dude, Mick, really? Come on, dude. What are you doing, man? Dude's just jumping on my computer now. Opening up a bunch of shit. I don't know what he just clicked. Some sort of something popped up on my screen. My cat loves harassing me sometimes. Meow. I think it's because he smells food being made. Alright, now we're in the Dongo Cavern dungeon. Gotta save it here, and I'm gonna call this stream here. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning on in. Catch you guys on the next one, and I probably will stream here in just a little bit. I'm probably gonna start Dark Souls 3. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and hope you guys have a good one. Thank you, Mick, for... What did you just do? Okay, let's round to it.